y'all doing? And welcome. I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining the player. Subscribe. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Y'all check out a few things. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player around here, you can get something for you and them little ugly babies by clicking the Get link on the website. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, click around to the Patreon, the Willie Williams Show. The link's down there in the description. I need you liking, sharing, telling somebody about a player. We try to get the thumbs up over 500 in every show so we can do something to the algorithm. Listen, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got $, top and bottom. Willie Williams Show, that is the cash app. And if you just so happen to hit that super chat, please don't go over $5 because the player don't know if he getting it or not. They say I get 30, they say that they get 70. God damn it, I think they getting a whole 100. Remember, the midday news show, if you can't watch it with your eyes and you can't use your peripherals and see a player, big word, I hear any goddamn screen. We do got a thing called a podcast on Anchor and Spotify, the Willie Williams Show. Please follow me on IG and Twitter at the WW Show. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. What's happening and welcome. Come on in. Settle yourselves on down. Settle on down. Whew. Boy, we done made it to a whole nother STD Friday out here in these doggone streets. We still alive, so that is one blessing that we can appreciate right now. That's one blessing that we can appreciate right now. What it do, man? How is y'all living? What's going on? Shout out to Jermaine for the $1 cash app. I appreciate that. Hope all is well today. Thank you. Shout out to Phyllis for the $1 cash app. Say happy holiday STD Friday, Miss Shirley. Jermaine, love you, Willie, love you back. I appreciate that right there. Shout out to Miss Shirley. All prayers going out to Miss Shirley. Also out here in these streets, man. What it do? How y'all living? Oh, woo! Shout out to everybody who done made it to work. Shout out to everybody who done made it to work. Shout out to the people who is off. Shout out to the people who is on that little PTO vacay. Shout out to the people on vacay right now. Shout out to the people who don't go back to work till next year. Yeah, we got some people that's out here like that. Some people right now, boy, they lamping. They in their pajamas and house shoes right now. You know what I'm saying? They just done made their little cup of coffee or their little sweet tea. About to sit on the couch. You know what I'm saying? And listen to the Willie Williams Show and be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Get them out your community. Get them out your community. Don't care what color they is. Get them. Not supposed to be around here. Got to go. Got to show enough go. What is good, man? Oh, man. What did I just see right now? And Texas up in the building. What's happening? Let me get a quick refresh right there. Tennessee is in the building. What it do? Kentucky is up in the house. Jesus. Shot-Town is up in this thing. Now, I still don't know. Oh, I said that I was going to change the LED, but I'm trying to be like in the Matrix. I'm trying to get the color thing to change or something, but it's gonna do it. And I'm still gonna be fly out here in these streets. The Bronx, New Yorkers in this bitch say, "Well, poppin' past that leg at these 30 minutes of fire." Say happy Friday. Willis, I hit that like button. I appreciate that right there. New Jersey's up in the building. Say the 732 pimping. What it do? Shot-Town is in the building for that fire. Say let's go on. We showing up on our way. Shout out to Skull Nation for the $2 super chat. He say small support care PKT, small support care package. He say getting another candle soon. I appreciate that right there. That's what I'm talking about. Damn, I appreciate that for this good little holiday season. Say essential products. Y'all better have them. Y'all better have them. It's payday. It's payday. You better get your essential product before you do anything else. Is today. Hold on. What are you trying to get, man? Yeah, I'm going to go on and talk about that right there just a little bit later. Puerto Rico is in this thing. What it do? Say the 510 Oakland, California, checking on in for duty. Willie on this STD Friday. Was good. Shout out to Bam to Texas up in the house. Shot-Town is up in the building. The 281 H-Town is up in this thing. The 334 the Gun Monkey Town is up in here for STD Friday. What's going on, man? Thank y'all for supporting the player, being around here. Say Willie said, get from around here, bitch. For real though. Got to go. Say the 502 Louisville, Kentucky is setting in, hitting that like button. Appreciate that right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bam, bam, bam. What else do we have? We got Florida's up in the building. My state, stand your ground state, bitch, you go home state. Please don't run up. We in fear for our life state. How many of y'all how many of y'all who be celebrating like the holidays and stuff ain't getting nobody nothing? Say, Willie, your color is back, right? Yeah. It's showing enough here. It's got something to do with the distance and the light, and that's why I got to work on my video part out here in these streets, because still when I click on this other doggone camera, which I have not decided to use this other camera, it just looks so good. It make a player look excellent, which I look so. Hold on, watch it. I look excellent on that camera right there, don't I? Got to be more careful. Hold on. Let me. I'm sharp. I'm sharper than a pen. Yeah, let me go on and show y'all the difference again. Bam! There it is. It look like I'm back in the 90s right there. Shout out to Deborah for the $5 super chat. He say stop for gas. He say 4 hours until my drive home. Little Rock for criminal. Say 3 more hours to go. Say can't chat but listen and sleepy. Willie, you go. Listen. As you being sleepy. Now if you sleep, you gonna have to pull over. You have to pull over, do like some jumping jacks, something like that right there. Do a few. Just a few of them things, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get your blood back pumping, because the one thing about when we driving and we sleeping, we do believe that we can make it. I promise you, we believe that we can make it. Ask me how I know. Boy, I done fell asleep so many times behind that doggone wheel. Damn it, I only got 2 more minutes to make it to where I'm going. Bitch, I done nodded off again. God, to be more careful. So we do got to listen. Hey, my bad. Give y'all something pat on the back of y'all that made it over 100 by 09 after the hour. I appreciate that right there. We got to be careful with that driving. I'm trying to tell y'all. I have been less than, let's say, like a minute and a half from where I need to go. I've been fighting sleep. Less than a minute and a half. I done passed out again doing by 45. For some reason the car just keep on going straight. I don't know what that right there is about, but damn it, I'm still here. But did I die though? Nope. I wouldn't try it no more. No. One thing about it is you can reset. If you pull over, let yourself get that little nod for about a 15-minute little power nap, you can reset. Narcoleptic. Bam. Player just be driving, just sleep. That goddamn sleep don't play, y'all. That sleep don't play. You can pretty much do every and all things that you want to do, boy. When that sleep on you, the best thing to do is just go to sleep. I know we don't. Damn it, we out of time frame. We be trying to make it there, but a 5 to 15 minute. Set your alarm clock. Set your watch clock, your phone clock, or something like that. Do not stretch out and go to sleep. No. While you in the car, sit up and sleep. Put your head to the thing. 5-15 minutes. That thing gonna wake you on up. You're gonna be recharged. Get out, stretch, get back on that road. Trying to tell y'all, I done spent years on that road, so I'm here to help. Pleasant Candles, going around there to pleasantcandles.com. The biggest, the largest, the hugest candle company in the world, Craig. It's bigger than everything. We got multiple fragrances, and if you would like for your area to smell better than it does right now, please go around there to pleasantcandles.com. Y'all, let's go ahead on and get into some news out here. Some news that you may like and some news that you may not like. I don't know if you're gonna enjoy it, but I hope that you do. Hold on. Number one for always in front. Let me refresh that right there. Okay, During the bus stop and that's not even much important. Shout out to shout out to everybody who child done been abducted this year. I don't. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me talk to my AI la la la, real quick. How many kids have been abducted this year? Yeah, we only had like there isn't much information about how many children have been abducted this year, but here are some statistics about missing children. They ain't care nothing about that. All right, why do I? How many kids have been kidnapped in 2024? So you got the same answer for me. I'm gonna have to check the system in a minute. I'd ask you two different questions. But in the great United States, say a child go missing every 40 seconds. It shouldn't be no churn with their rightful owners, huh? Say, Willie, you can't smoke that weed, that put you to sleep. Well, actually, I get busy on that reef. Well, back in the days, like when I was able to smoke, when I was more in control of my life, I would get active. Like I be wanting to do shit. Like I go outside to cut the grass, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I go to fixing on cars and taking stuff apart and putting it back together. You know, fixing an old VCR or something. It makes me want to do stuff. It make me smart. I just want to say that right now. Reefer has always made me like smart. I've had teachers back in high school would tell me if I'm not high, don't come to their classroom. Because I don't participate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't on that good. The class ain't interesting. I'm sitting back in class like this. I don't want to be here. You know, this shit ain't interesting in nothing. But on them days to where I done came up with a few dollars or something and got a few bags. Blow before I get to school, you know what I'm saying? And in every class. Would anybody like to answer this question? Me. me. Every one of my teachers can tell you in class. When I was feeling good, I blessed myself. Me. I got to answer. Even if I didn't have the answer. See, because I'm one who is not afraid to go first and be wrong. I've never been afraid like that right there because it get other people, it makes other people confident. I was a confidence giver. I am a self-esteem builder. You know what I'm saying? Although you're supposed to build it for yourself, but I'm here to help. He say, Willie, that was real weed. He say, we got that laboratory dumb weed, no seeds now. Listen, and I did not like to smoke brown, because that shit, that make it tired. But that goddamn green is like a go. That green stand for go. Yeah, I heard that y'all ain't got no seeds in the reefers now. I'm like, I don't trust that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I got smart on that. It's like my mind opened up. It's like, in case y'all don't know, they're still trying to make, what it is, the psychedelics, what is that thing called? The mushrooms, because the mushrooms is a psychedelic, and they're trying to make that there legal because of, if y'all really think about it, I don't think that there is an artist that you like. I don't even think, whatever your favorite song is, the artist who created that song was on something. Maybe not today is like that, but back in the 90s, early 2000s shit. Hell, now too. Everybody on something. Unless they claiming gospel. I think that they on something too, because like their music be good. All good music come from people who was on something. But about the psychedelics, with the mushroom, it opens up your mind. And this in my mind, like I used to say, like back in the 90s, this is why they don't want us smoking these reefers. They talking about it kills your brain cells. How I kill my brain? I'm so smart right now. I am so smart on that reefer. Okay, but not all. It does not affect everybody the same. But for the ones who it affect positively, it should be legal for them. You know, like people like me, it should be legal for me. Mm-hmm. Just saying. I'm just trying to think it through, man. So they done got another drone. Hold on. All right, y'all, let's go ahead on and get into this news, some of this news stuff that we got out here. I am just seeing what they're talking about now, and this is like a few hours ago. This was 12 hours ago. They got one from 4 hours ago, but we're going to do this one because this one's just a tad bit shorter. They got the another mystery drone sighting, and this is prompting the restrictions in New York and New Jersey, which we touched on it yesterday, but now they're talking about that this is a new one.
Mystery drone sightings lead to new restrictions for parts of New York.
This comes after the FAA issued temporary drone restrictions.
All of these is drones? Oh, these aliens. Well, they is people, they is from somewhere else. These red dots is from somewhere else. So I don't know if YT is okay with the A word. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna say that they strangers. These is the strangers. Go ahead.
Nearly 24 towns and cities in New Jersey. But as Alicia Reed reports, there are still questions and calls for transparency.
Drones will now be temporarily banned over parts of New York. Governor Kathy Hochul says the FAA's new restrictions
are those like real drones? They like helicopters.
Will help protect critical infrastructure in the state.
Okay, so these is not the strangers.
Many of the neighborhoods are near area airports. Earlier Thursday, the FAA banned drones in 22 New Jersey areas until at least January 17th.
Do y'all know what I actually think? I think that they full of crap. I think that this is government. I think that why would people in one state all at the same time be flying drones? Huh? This look like a conspiracy to me. I'm trying to think stuff through. What if there is strangers amongst us in that area, but the government say, well, hell, let's fly drones also at the same doggone time so the strangers can play with the drones. So it can throw us, the American people, off and have us like, oh, that's just drones. Y'all do understand that that's how they looking at this event right now. About what is going on. Like, oh my God, they had to put a ban on people's personal drones. So now we believe that this is people. All right.
The reports keep conflicting, so...
Sightings like this started a month ago in New Jersey, hovering over the skyline and raising eyebrows.
Not everything is clear. Something is hiding something.
Jersey City made the list. The skies were pretty clear on the first night of the ban. Nearly 40 miles away in Bridgewater, our cameras captured what could have been a plane or a drone.
Probably more transparency from what's going on in the first place would be nice.
In nearby Watchung, Mayor Ronald Jubin says sightings have been constant since mid-November.
Hundreds. I see them every night.
He's frustrated his town didn't make the list. Disappointed. He says there's a lack of transparency and communication.
No one reached out to Watchung whether we thought that was relevant here.
The FAA, FBI, and Homeland Security have all said the majority of lights in the sky have been misidentified and that there's no threat to the public.
See? They have been misidentified. Oh, hold on. Watch this. How many drone sightings has it been in New York and New Jersey? Is they gonna give me a number or not? God dog it, don't send me to the doggone thing. You say how many drone sightings have there been? Yada yada yada. 5,000. Since the investigation was open, the FBI have received over 5,000 drone sighting tips. Oh, come on, man. Oh, 5,000. So we got all these people calling in. All right, cool. It's so where the drones been spotted? Yeah, all right, y'all. I think that this is a bunch of BS. I promise you. Listen, it's something behind this here.
People are not convinced that it's safe. We need to gather more information.
They say there's nothing going on, but we're going to shut down airspace anyway. I don't get it.
I don't get it. They're shutting down airspace. And listen, if planes, because it's airspace and that's like the plane spaces, it's all right for the drones to be there if the drones get hit by the plane, ain't it? It's not going to harm the plane now, is it? Little bitty drones. Right? No, maybe sort of. Shout out to Tracy for the $5 cash app. Say $5 for me late. I appreciate that right there. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And right, say how you shut down the air. They make us believe that they can shut down the air. Because you will be fired upon. You just can't do stuff. But listen. I think that there is there's always been, I don't think that we alone. Can we just keep it 100? I don't know how anybody else would think that we is alone and the only thing that's here is just Earth. A lot of y'all still think the Earth is round. It's cute though, but just keep on believing stuff and you refuse to think it. Hell, it could be round. But you refuse to think, well, maybe it's not round. Oh, they say it's round. They showed us pictures. They keep acting like we is in this place called space and we can go around it and it looked like the pictures that we see on Paramount movies and shit. Right. They said that we have composite photos. We have composite photos like we really don't have the real photos. I am guessing that's what that means. Y'all understand that we have you say so the earth is flat. I think that we is in a dome. I think that we is in a dome according to a lot of other information. Regular drones are not allowed in airspaces. Oh. You say it sound like they scared to me. Listen, it's something that is going to just shock a whole bunch of people. But I think that the masses is not going to be that afraid even once they decide to say, okay, we got some strangers around here. But I think that we is on a flat surface up under the dome. I don't believe, I think. I don't believe that the earth is round. I don't. I believe that it's because I don't believe these people. I just don't believe these people like that. I promise you I don't. I promise you I don't. Yeah. You say there is more land on Earth than on our map. You say land beyond our lands. I can believe that too. And there are certain places that you can't even go on Earth. I'm like, really? There's a restriction. Say, Willie, you don't believe math. That's about the only thing that I would say stands true. I think math is the only thing. Math is a universal language, and I think math is the only thing that stands true. 1 + 1 is 2. Now I can think outside the box. Well, what if 1 + 1 is not 2? Well, what is the value of 1? It's a single thing. So if 1 is a single thing and another 1 is a single thing, then that would equal 2. But I can play the game up. Well, maybe it's not. And maybe it's not. But I think that math is more true than anything else. Math stands the test of time. Math is how we know about shit in space. The thing about it is, I don't believe that there's space. I'm just saying, like, I don't believe that we done been out there at the same time because, hell, they also said that they shot missiles and stuff and claiming to see if we can get out of space, and they just exploded, and it's always like a mushroom when stuff explodes. Sound like a dome to me when something hitting something that's like this right here. If it hit, then it's gonna spread like this right here. Some blocking that. I'm just saying. You say math tell you be playing with your money. There when shit ain't adding up. Right? I'm with you. I don't believe that little moon shit. Oh, watch this. Do you know that you can take a telescope and you can supposedly see other planets, right? 400,000 miles away. Hold on. Watch. Hold on. This is a sidetrack. This is a side note. How far is Mars from Earth? 140 million miles away. Shout out to Mr. Gino for the $2 super chat. He say, if you saw an alien baby, would you hunt it? It depends on how she look. Well, hell no. Listen. We don't need a heartbeat. I believe that somebody would hunch just to have that there up under their belt. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the little alien, little chick. Yeah, I smashed her. You know what I'm saying? That baby, shit. What, you gonna put me on child support? You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't even no citizen. For real. You say sound like a ferryman out here. Bam, that's biblical. Listen though. Hold on. What is the closest planet to Earth? The closest planet is Venus. Got it. How many miles away is Venus? 77.42 million miles away. And we can see. Hold on. What planet can you see with a telescope from Earth? You can see many planets with a telescope from Earth, including Venus, Mars, Jupiter. Can't take y'all serious. Hold on. Jupiter and Saturn. Wait, what? We can see 77.472 million miles with a telescope. And that's Venus, because Venus is the closest. Okay, and how many miles did I say Mars? How many miles is Mars? Mars is 66.5. Well, how's Venus closer? The math ain't mathing. You see how important math is? How many miles is Jupiter away from Earth? 300. I'm done. I can't do this no more. Hold on. I can't. Wait. I just want to write down the numbers. And that's Jupiter. Okay. We closed down Toys R Us. We closed down Line of Play World, right? Where can y'all buy these telescopes from? Say so telescope or fake images programmed into them. I'm just listen. I'm not saying that you can't see something in the telescope. That ain't what I'm saying. You can get them off Amazon. I'm gonna have to get me one. You say the Simpsons done already told that we are in a dome 25 years ago. Oh yeah, I can get one from Temu. Sure enough can. Say I see who failed science and math. Listen, I was good in chemistry. I was good in biology. And I can count. Listen. We can see Jupiter. Me and you. I want y'all to just think about this right here. No. No, just think about it. I got time. Me and you can see Jupiter. Jupiter. So how high up in the sky do we have to be? Like, if I'm in Florida, how high do I have to be to see California? Huh? Because California's on like 4,000 miles, 4 and some change. And I should be able to see in your home, in your backyard. But I have to be elevated, which I do understand. I need to be elevated with my telescope, but I should be able to see California from Florida. You say, Willie, I believe that the biggest telescope sits in Florida. I think so too. You say, I am not real sure. That's where we always have the spaceships take off from. Listen, they always taking off. You know, never just go straight up in the air. They act like there is a door. Oh, Willie, think outside the box. Maybe there is a door to get out then. If there is space, there must be like a door. All right, so that's probably why they go curving and like they just go out of sight. They never just go straight up. I don't know. Shout out to our Dodger Trap for the $5 super chat. He say, my degrees in science is how I know they be full of ish. He say, we are so arrogant to believe that we can know everything and naive to believe that is all true. Yeah, like this is really a Do y'all know what 382.89 million miles is? Okay, all right. Watch it. They said that we have hundreds. No, thousands. They say we got thousands of thousands of satellites. Have y'all seen a satellite do like a telescope? We got thousands of satellites. I don't know. Well, let me ask my ALOLOLO. Can you see satellites in? Damn it. Can you see satellites in space? Yes, you can see satellites in the night sky. Visibility. The satellites are visible because they reflect sunlight and are often large and shiny. They appear as points of lights that move relative to the background stars. Oh my God. Satellites are visible because they reflect sunlight. Say, Willie, you can see the space station. So, all right, maybe. All right, Willie, think outside the box. Okay, we can see the space station. Can you see the windows in the space station? Or do you just see a light? Huh? Right. This shit sounds like a star to me. Satellites are visible because they reflect sunlight. That sounds like we're just gonna see a light with the so you know. It's all a star. Now, will we be confusing it with a planet? Because we do be believing, as we was taught, the stars is planets. No, maybe some on me. Alright, man. They say when to look, so they're gonna tell us when to look. The best time to see satellites is a few hours after nightfall and a few hours before dawn. You could expect to see 10 to 20 satellites in the hours after twilight. 10 to 20 satellites in the hours after twilight. Got it. How many satellites are in space? We play too much. As of the beginning of 2024, there were around 28,300 satellites orbiting Earth. This is a 6.8% increase from the previous year. They say at the twilight time, you can see like 10 to 12 on. Wait, 10 to what? 10 to 20 satellites. You mean out of 28,000? I don't know. Listen. Let me let this here go. We could possibly do like a whole show talking about this right here, but let's go on and get into some news. I just want y'all to just be thinking. You say it's funny how Christians believe in what Jesus and not the in white Jesus and not the tangibles. Now that right there be strange to me. Like you have a belief of the shit that you ain't never seen. You ain't even visit their house. But ain't nobody seen. But alright, it's true. But the tangible shit, nah, I can't. You can touch it though. Nah, I still don't believe it. Shout out to T Lee for the $5 super chat. They say go to Montana or somewhere that doesn't have a lot of light at night and look at the stars. You would then understand. Well, listen. I ain't never tried to. Well, I have had a telescope, so I did look up the sky. But that was many years ago. I didn't see satellites. And yes, I did it at night and all that fly stuff right there. But I ain't see satellites. And then over the years, I've been listening to people like saying, well, where all these damn satellites at when I'm looking through like the telescopes. So that's why I bought it up. But since y'all saying that we can, then I guess that we can. Shout out to Ryan Sean for the $1 cash app. You say doze off and a mailbox. Whoa. Doze off and a mailbox a block from my home 14 hours. Listen, be kept. You got to pull over. You got to pull over, man. Y'all got to pull over. Stop playing out here in these doggone streets, man. About that driving. He said I'm real religious and I'm a Catholic. If you are true to your faith. You say Willie don't believe that there's a Montana either. Well, I believe that there's a Montana because I've been in Montana. I have been in what has been labeled Montana. I have been in every state in the union. Yes, I have. Well, I have been in what they call every state in the union. But listen, if we don't think about what we have been taught, and what we have been taught, some things is true, but not all. He says, so when Tesla launched that car in space, why did we not see any stars or satellites? You say, why didn't the dash melt or freeze and crack in space? 400 hot during the day and 400 freezing at night. Got to be more careful. Boy, that's 400 degrees. Got to be more careful. You never really seen the night sky. Who, me? I've been in every state in the union. I've been outside. I've been in some places that most people is never gonna go. Promise you that. I done been in restricted places. I've been in restricted airspaces. That's what's up. You say, Willie, who created a compass? I have no idea. Like propulsion. So, all right. But in my mind, if they're telling us that we can see the satellites, then why? So we can't see them in the daytime. We can only see them at night because the sun reflects off of them. But you tell me that we can see Jupiter 382.89 million miles away. Got it. Here we go, y'all. Shout out to everybody. A lot of people this year have been getting laid off and losing their jobs before Christmas and all that fly stuff right there. This is a whole problem, but a lot of us, we have to deal with it. A lot of us is going through it, and it just keep getting worse and worse and worse. We have the retail store who is preparing to go out of business unless they sell by January. Here we go.
Thanks for joining us for Western Mass News at 10 on this Thursday. I'm Abby Carnevale. Retailer Big Lots is preparing to go out of business. The announcement coming earlier today after the box store says it's anticipated a sale to Nexus Capital Management that fell through. Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson joins us live in studio with more. Addie?
That's right, Abby. If the company doesn't finalize a deal with Nexus or another party by early January, the chain's local stores, including the Springfield Cooley Street location, will be affected.
It certainly impacts the community.
On Thursday, retailer Big Lots announcing that they're preparing to go out of business. With almost 1,000 locations nationwide, it's hitting shoppers in Western Mass that frequent Springfield's Cooley Street location.
It's a little sad. I mean, this is a big store. There's a lot of stores going out of business. You try to help these little small stores like this, but it's unfortunate.
Thursday's announcement coming just 2 months after grocery store Stop and Shop permanently closed their Cooley Street location.
They have their own reasons, their own business reasons for continuing to operate a store, to close a store, etc. So in both of those cases, I don't think it's indicative of anything other than they made decisions that made financial sense for them.
Western Mass News spoke with Springfield Ward 7 City Councilor Tim Allen. He explains that despite the impact these closures have in the community, economic growth is happening in Springfield.
We also just got the news on the replacements for Eastfield Mall, and the stores were just announced. The first wave of stores was just announced. And that's a great selection of stores there as well, and a boost for Springfield.
And while shoppers may be disappointed with the possibility of Big Lots closing its doors, they tell us they're looking forward to the deep discounts that come with going out of business sales.
I'm sure their prices are going to drop. I want to make sure that I'm, getting my best prices as well.
As of right now, Big Lots says they'll continue to serve customers in stores and online and will provide further updates as it becomes available.
So that also should mean that Big Lots is having sale. Listen, it's Christmas time. Y'all about to spend y'all doggone money. You better go around there to places who is closing. Like Big Lots. Get yourself together. Do that right there. We got some sad news. Out here in these streets. Oh, it could be a domestic love relationship. I think that this is a domestic love situation right here. We have domestic. Oh, damn it. I forgot to go ahead on and tell y'all too. Listen, y'all, we also streaming live on Twitch, twitch.tv.com, The Willie Williams Show. We have 227 followers. We're trying to get up to 230 followers by today's today. We also streaming live on x.com, The Willie Williams Show. Need your support right here in these streets. Bam, that's X, Twitter, all that fly stuff right there. Thank you. Shout out to James for the $4 cash app. I appreciate that right there on this wonderful STD Friday. Get it in. Big Lots be making you pay for bags too. Say F Big Lots. Isn't that what Audis do too? How in the hell you go? I had done already spoke about Audis. I got to load my cart up. I got to take the stuff out my cart. When she scanned it, I got to put it back in my car. When I get to my car, I got to take it out, put it in the car. When I get home, I got to take it out the car, take it in the house, take it out the bags, and put it up. They don't bag your groceries in Audis. It's hilarious. But anyway, I guess it's working for them. The police is investigating a death. The police is investigating a shooting death of an 18-year-old person in Tuscaloosa. This is, in my mind, this is going to fall under domestic love relationships. Here we go.
The family of a transgender woman is now mourning the loss of their loved one right before the Christmas holiday. Earlier this week, 18-year-old Cameron Thompson was shot and killed in Tuscaloosa. The person charged with her murder is under the age of 18. Investigators say the motive appears to stem from comments Thompson made on social media regarding the suspect's sexual orientation.
The person who allegedly did it is under the age of 18. This our trans sister, which looks like a woman. Looks like a woman. Damn it, they call her a woman. So damn it, Men can be women too. Got it.
ABC 3340's Mary Barron joins us live now from Tuscaloosa. And Mary, you spoke with the victim's family.
Mariel, I spoke with Thompson's aunt. She tells me the victim was smart, outgoing, and she loved beauty and fashion. The aunt tells me that the family believes this was a hate crime.
She had a contagious smile. Everybody loved being around her. You haven't met anyone that said that, oh, yeah, she was a bad person.
18-year-old Cameron Thompson was the victim of gun violence that ultimately ended her life. Police tell us she was shot several times. Her body later found in a yard. Thompson's aunt, Tara Manise, says the family knew something was wrong when their calls went unreturned.
You say that cutie packing meat. Got to be more careful. Shout out to Donna for the $2 cash app. I appreciate that right there.
Once she called the police, apparently they had already found her at like 1 o'clock that evening. So once she was able to give a description of who her child was, they were able to come and, you know, tell her like, hey, and let her identify the body or whatever.
Manise says she wants justice to be served, as well as spreading awareness about gun violence and self-identity. Because the victim was transgender, the family tells me this crime was an act of hate.
Why is it if you knock off a transgender, it's a hate crime? It's a crime of hate, but when you knock off a non-transgender, it's not a crime of hate.
Definitely, we believe that because of the dynamic of the relationship. She was trying to break it off with someone that maybe did not want people to know his sexual orientation or what he was doing.
Authorities.
Did that make sense to y'all just then? Let me see if that, from what Auntie had done said or what kinfolk just had done said, does that make sense?
Tells me this crime was an act of hate.
Definitely, we believe that because of the dynamic of the relationship. She was trying to break it off with someone that maybe did not want people to know his sexual orientation or what he was doing.
So you mean to tell me that the killer killed the trans woman because the trans woman was trying to break it off, and the killer didn't want people to know his sexual orientation? That don't make sense. Why would the killer kill if the trans person is breaking up with the killer? Because he didn't want people to know his sexual orientation. How does that make sense? I'm trying to use my brain. And I'm sober too, so maybe it's not clicking fast enough. That makes no sense. Typically, the killer will kill a trans person because the trans person is going to tell his business. Killers don't kill trans because the trans is trying to separate and divide. It's not because... I can say that the killer probably killed the trans person because the trans person was just trying to break up the relationship. I don't believe that the killer killed the trans person because they did not want other people to know about his sexual orientation. That makes no sense to me.
Someone that maybe did not want people to know his sexual orientation or what he was doing.
Authorities tell me they believe the cause of the homicide is related to comments the victim made online regarding the suspect's sexual preference. When asked,
whoa, wait. The victim made comments about the suspect's sexual preference. Oh, well, no. Did I just said something like that? So the trans woman put out into the public about the victim's sexual orientation. I want y'all to get it. I just caught it.
They believe the cause of the homicide is related to comments the victim made online regarding the suspect's sexual preference.
Kinfolk just told us. Kinfolk just told us that the trans woman was breaking up with, that she believed the trans person was breaking up with the killer, and the killer did the killing because the killer didn't want people to know about his sexual orientation. Now we just finding out, well, maybe we think that the motive was the trans woman went online and speaking in public about the killer's sexual orientation. Y'all do understand that that's what got the trans woman killed? But kinfolk tried to make it seem some other shit that didn't even make no sense.
Regarding the suspect's sexual preference, when asked if the case is being investigated as a hate crime.
Alabama does not have a specific, to my understanding, chargeable hate crime statute. We do have a statute that applies to that involves sentencing. So if this case goes forward and those elements are met, then there would be sentencing enhancements.
Shout out to Sensei for the $2 super chat. He said, who knew the relationship? Facts. Who knew about the relationship? And if kinfolk is saying that the killer didn't want people to know the sexual orientation, obviously the killer didn't tell people, right? So so on the killer side, people didn't know about the sexual relationship from the killer. They know about the sexual relationship from the Vic. See, dog. Now it's a hate crime. Do y'all understand that? And to our trans brothers and sisters out here, watch this. Y'all know that people don't want to come out the closet when they is dealing with y'all, but you all will get upset that person is not there yet. That person wants to stay in the closet, but y'all mad because this person want to stay in the damn closet. I thought that y'all wanted people to respect what other people want. Like you all want to be trans. Y'all want people to respect that, but y'all don't want to respect people who want to be in the closet and or on the DL. Our trans brothers and sisters want people to respect their lifestyle. But our trans brothers and sisters don't want to respect the people who is on the DL lifestyle. That's a damn shame. Our trans sister got herself killed.
VCU Captain Jack Kennedy tells me the current charge in this case is murder. The suspect in custody is under the age of 18 but will be charged as an adult. Because of the suspect's age, his name will not be released.
So his name will not be released, but we're going to charge the minor as an adult. And since we charge the minor as an adult, we can't know the adult name. So we could charge a minor as an adult, but we're going to still treat the minor as a minor when it comes to letting the public know his name. Got it. To all my trans brothers and sisters out here in the doggone street, I've been trying to tell y'all this shit for years. Stop putting people on blast. They not ready. Stop putting people on blast. And this is why a lot of y'all have been getting knocked off. Because y'all do this shit too much. Talking. I know, Willie, that's insensitive. Nope, that's facts. And if facts is insensitive, then it's just insensitive. Moving right along, I ain't gonna be much on you. Doggone shame out here. I was trying to rock with family, like, well, alright, cool. I can understand that. Alright, that person they don't want people to know. But I didn't know that the Vic came out telling people. That's your bad. And we need to start telling the minors, from the minors all the way up. When people not ready to come out the closet, keep your damn mouth shut. Hell, when people tell you, I don't want people to know this. When that person tells you, well, this ain't nobody's business. I like to keep stuff to myself. I'm private. They're trying to let you know that they don't want their business out in the street because they don't want people to know that they like men. But they is trying to say it in a way to not hurt your feelings. I'm a private person. I don't like everybody in my business. Nah, we can't be going out like this right here. You know what I'm saying? We can't be out and about in the streets yet. You know what I'm saying? I got family and stuff like that. I got a wife and kids and stuff, and I don't want, like, you know, I'm a pastor in the church, and I don't want to, you know, destroy people's faith and all that right there by me coming now. I don't want to be selfish, you know? And what do our trans sisters do? Oh, you can't tell everybody about us, and what type of man you is. A real man will tell everybody that he like trans women. Y'all play too much. And that's really why these type of things happen. Move right along. I ain't gonna eat much hold you. If y'all just not coming on in, we also streaming live on twitch.tv.com, The Willie Williams Show. Oh, and my bad, we gained another follower yesterday because we was at 226 yesterday, but we had 227 today. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. We also streaming live on x.com, The Willie Williams Show. Bam! We got the viewers up over there on X. That's what I'm talking about. If y'all new around here, subscribe. We also streaming live on the Willie Williams Show live on YouTube. In case y'all didn't know. You say I'm muted. I can't be muted. Can y'all hear me? I'm looking at my value. Can you good people hear me? Straight people be hunching people they don't want anybody to know about. Yeah, facts. Say, no, I'm not muted. All right, cool. Who the hell? Todd, now why would you come in here and say that I was muted? You trying to destroy the show. Huh? You say, yes, you are. Everybody else saying I'm loud and clear. Yes. Listen. Moving right along, I ain't gonna eat much hold you. You must be new around here. Let me go down. Damn it, my throat doing something. Hold on. Okay, bam. Yes, I think that Todd is a troll, and which I don't kick people out. I don't kick people out, but like all my years, I just haven't kicked people out. And I don't want to start now, you know what I'm saying? But you coming to interrupt my doggone job. Do I come on your job interrupting you? Don't do it like that. But anyway, bam, we going to DC right now. We're going to DC. I don't know how many of you folk remember a player by the name of Rayful Edmond. Rayful Edmond has died at the age of 60. He was a DC cocaine kingpin. Out here slanging that work, having some raw, cutting it on up, doing that fly stuff right there. Well, he has passed away. A lot of people over the years have spoke about Rayful Edmond. I think I've heard his name in a few raps or albums or something like that right there. But a lot of people out of the communities knew about Rayful, and not even being from DC. Our boy name traveled all the way in Florida. Trying to tell you. Shout out to Miss Buckgood for the $2 cash app. Say, Pastor, everybody in DC swear they ran with Rayful. No. So everybody just knew Buddy. You know what I'm saying? People be out here claiming shit for nothing. But what people did not talk about a lot was Rayful was working with us. Rayful was working with law enforcement. Rayful was working with them people. Rayful was a snitch. Yeah. Sure enough was. I know. Rayful is a lot of folk hero in the community. Rayful did good things in the community. He helped people pay their rent, helped people pay their bills and stuff. Rayful was a snitch though. Sure enough was. Here we go.
It's been about 24 hours now since we learned a significant figure in modern DC history died.
But he wasn't a politician and he wasn't a sports star. Rayful Edmond was a notorious drug kingpin.
He thrived during the crack cocaine epidemic of the 1980s, which spiked the city's murder rate so high, D.C. became known as the murder capital of the nation. Edmond spent 30...
Boy, if y'all, I know that we got some young people around here, but if y'all ain't seen them old player pictures, boy, if y'all ain't seen them old player pictures at the club, listen, this is how we used to take our pictures in the club. Late 80s, early 90s, boy, this is how we took our pictures. Damn, player got them chunks on. Yeah.
5 years in prison. He was released 4 months ago to a halfway house
35?
capital of the nation. Edmond spent 35 years in prison. He was released 4 months ago to a halfway house in Miami. At the time of his release, News 4's Paul Wagner brought us this report on Edmond's impact on D.C.
The release from prison came as a bit of a surprise. Edmond is now out in part because in the 90s, he cooperated with the government after the FBI learned he was making large drug deals with the Columbia cartel from his federal prison cell in Pennsylvania. In 1994, he flipped and became a snitch.
In 94, he became a snitch. 1994.
Records show for the next 20 years, Edmond provided information to the feds that led to the convictions of at least 100 people. Here in D.C. during the late 80s, he ran his cocaine operation from a house in Northeast where a young police recruit successfully infiltrated the gang. In 2019, News 4's Jackie Benson spoke with the undercover officer, now retired.
He said he ran it and still got 35 years. He said he didn't want to do life. There you go.
I was in there for like 3 days and got asked, did I want to do undercover work?
The undercover was known to the gang as Jimmy, who remembers cocaine shipments being delivered by the truckload.
And a guy sitting on the back with a Uzi, with 2 Uzis.
At one point, Edmond became close with some of Georgetown University's top basketball players, and Coach John Thompson met with Edmond and asked him to leave his players alone.
Rayful respected that because Rayful was a big basketball fan.
The crack epidemic had the...
You say I'm having flashbacks. Listen, boy, I'm seeing all that raw. Only that raw, man, huh?
...district in a vice grip for years, with countless murders linked to it. In the district, Paul Wagner, News 4.
Now, the News 4 I-Team's Tracy Wilkins joins us in studio here now. Tracy, you grew up here in Washington, D.C. So for people who are more recent transplants to this area or even younger people, can you sort of break down the impact that Rayful Edmond had on our area even more?
Well, so according to the prosecutors, he was operating some 60% of the crack cocaine that was moving throughout the District of Columbia. That is a large amount of drugs coming into this small city, right? And he had, at the time of his arrest, one of the most profitable drug operations in the nation.
You say that he was a kid at the time, say making millions a week. Say Jimmy was the real snitch. He say he got Ray and his mother and other buses. Yeah. His mama went to jail too. That's what's up.
So what that looked like here was, I was raised in Prince George's County. My maternal grandmother lived in Northeast D.C., 42nd and Benning Road, just a couple of blocks up from Minnesota Avenue and near the shrimp boat. And I remember growing up and feeling just a feeling of safety in that community, being able to play and you know, do whatever there. And I also remember the change in 86, 87, 88, when the community just was different. Apartment complexes where working people lived became crack houses, you know, and the feeling of the community shifted. And I think that that happened throughout the district and a lot of places where black people lived in D.C., that there was just this, it felt like living in a war zone, and all of the murders and all of the shooting and all of the things that were happening. And so it was a very difficult time, and I think that if you talk to these folks who have survived, because Edmond didn't do this alone. He had a network of dealers who he operated with, and there were a lot of people who were making money off of that operation.
Yes, they will.
They lost, in addition to, for those who survived, a lot of time, right? Because of the war on drugs and these extended years that people spent in prison, and how that's impacted this generation, in addition to the addiction, the people who died, the people who were incarcerated. So many kids and grandkids have been left without loved ones. So that is the legacy, right? And Edmond apologized for the decisions he made when he was, in his early 20s. He went to prison like 22, 23.
Yeah, well, you talk about his age. I want to bring up, in this morning's news meeting, you were talking about America's fascination with sort of, gangsters.
Yeah.
And the impact that he had on the area, as you mentioned. I mean, he died at the age of about 60, and the impact that he had in such a short amount of time in his youth in the city.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we glorify crime in the underworld, but we tend to do that, right? That's
the reason that it was being glorified, because it wasn't too many players in the hood who had that paper like that, can do the things that our community activists and our community entrepreneurs can actually do. When your whole community is damn near struggling, people working check to check and stuff like that right there, and you may have one to five people buying cars and hanging out and buying the clothes and doing the things that they actually want to do. Everybody, well, not everybody, but the children would pay attention to, damn, he got that right there. He can eat what he want to eat. He can do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? Go where he want to go at. He got the nice cars and all that. This is why a lot of us grew up wanting to be in the streets.
It's an American thing, right? But in this instance, we are living in the after effects of how all of these decisions that these young men made have impacted the city. A lot of them who are now trying to atone for what they did then, and if they had a second chance, would have made a different decision. There was an insane amount of money to be made, and a lot of people who wanted a part in that, and we are still dealing with the repercussions. So for people who weren't here to see DC before Edmond, DC after Edmond, it's two different cities in a lot of ways. There was always hard drugs. We always had heroin. There was always a market. This was just much more controlled and much more organized than we'd seen before.
Yes, it will. You say, Willie, think about these dealers. They don't even buy real estate in their areas. And say, think about how rich they would have been today. Say these dealers was nothing close to the mob, no investments. And that's a fact. That's a fact. I used to say it probably like 20 years ago, like you all got, if you in the streets, you have to work your way into legal endeavors. And this was one good thing about having a little la-la who had an education or who wanted to start their own business or something. Like what I know a few dudes who had funded De La La-La's salons and other type of endeavors to transition, but they end up all going to jail anyway. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't buying the homes. They were still renting, but they would buy the expensive cars and they would do all that fly stuff right there instead of them thinking it all the way through. Now, like with the mob and with other cultures, they buy real estate. They were buying homes and shit like that right there. Now, a lot of the big boys, a lot of the big dope boys, they would pay off their mama houses and stuff like that right there. Pay off granny houses, auntie them. You know what I'm saying? So they would pay off homes that was already bought, but they wouldn't buy homes and invest into the community and even fix up the community. A lot of black dope boys would not fix up the doggone community. Because that was not the mindset. The mindset would get this money and stunt. So, you know, we lost all the way around. Dilapidated homes and stuff that could have been bought and fixed up back in them days to where you really did not have to show where your money came from like that. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the 80s and the 90s, like you really didn't have to prove a lot of stuff. And if you did have to prove it, you was allowing somebody else to put it in their name, like a little la-la, because, you know, she work at the hospital, she work at the school, you know what I'm saying? And she been on her job for a long time. And a lot of times we pay for stuff in cash. So cash wasn't looked at as if you have a lot of it that you're not supposed to have it. See, nowadays, if you showing $10,000, oh my God, where did the $10,000 come from? Back in the days, that wasn't it. It wasn't as strict as I should say. Just saying. Damn it, I got one more. Let's show who Buddy is.
As DC cocaine kingpin Rayful Edmond. He died at the age of 60 months after he was released from prison.
Edmond's drug operation profited hundreds of millions of dollars at the height of the crack epidemic back in the 1980s. Fox 5's Bob Barnard is live in Northwest tonight with more. Bob?
There are no confirmed details about his death, but numerous reports indicate Rayful Edmond died suddenly of a heart attack at the halfway house where he was living in Miami.
Oh, you're down here.
I'm back, Devin and Ellen.
This is the most recent and only video of Rayful Edmond we've seen since his release from a federal prison last summer, captured on camera at an airport just after his release and shared on social media.
My first thought was, man, I hope he wasn't assassinated. But as it turns out, he apparently died a natural death. And anybody who's been in prison long enough eating prison food, it doesn't take much to imagine how that can happen.
Billy Murphy.
I don't know whether he's trying to tell us something right here, or maybe he's being sarcastic.
Natural death. And anybody who's been in prison long enough eating prison food, it doesn't take much to imagine how that can happen.
Billy,
is he saying that something probably spiked in him? You know what I'm saying? He was slipped a little something. But in my mind, I kind of don't think that you should die that early from a heart attack and you done been in prison for 35 years. Typically, your body is better than someone's body who is not in prison. Prisoners' bodies, because they get more rest than us, they have less stress. Especially doing 35 years. Maybe in like your first 1 to 3 years is like the most stressful. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get comfortable and shit. You get into the fights and the disagreements or something. But when you have been in the place for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and now 35 years, you ain't got them type of problems no more. You know what I'm saying? So for him to just get out last summer, and now you have a heart attack. Shout out to Miss Buckgood for the $2 cash out. You say, Pastor, he drank some Diddy juice and zapped out. Got to be more careful. Got to be careful out here. For real, for real.
Billy Murphy is one of the attorneys who represented Rayful Edmond over the years. Here was Murphy outside D.C.'s federal courthouse in September 1990, the day Edmond was sentenced to life in prison.
You say he was in a special unit. He was eating very well.
This kid was a genius. There was no question about it. I sat with him every day during a very long trial. What would have happened to him had he, instead of having two parents who trained him to be a drug dealer? From the earliest of ages, I might.
They trained him to be a drug dealer. His parents. They say his parents, but I'm gonna see in a minute. You say prisoners, they don't get a lot of rest. What you mean? What do you mean? He was in the federal penitentiary. What do you mean they don't get a lot of rest? They don't have the stresses of non-incarcerated people. They don't. They get rest. Lights out. Now, you can stay up and stuff like that right there if you want to. But lights out. You get up at a certain time. It is routine. It is routine. So, but it's not necessarily loud. Depends on the facility that you in. And remember, he was in the federal penitentiary. The feds is different, y'all. Shout out to Dale for the $1.99 super chat. He say Uncle passed from too much processed food in jail. Got to be more careful.
If he had had two parents who were successful business people or business executives who trained him in the right direction.
Rayful Edmond spent 35 years in prison.
But listen, hold on. He say if they had executive parents and business-minded parents than he would have did. If he would have just had parents who did not train him up to be in the game, I think that he wouldn't be in prison. You know what I'm saying? Maybe kind of, sort of, you know.
Him in the right direction.
You say Willie just know everything and been everywhere. 35 years in prison. I don't claim to know everything. It's just, have you ever been to prison? Do you know anybody who have been to prison? They will tell you it's not what you think it is if you believe that it's just noisy and people is doing real time. You doing 1 to 3 years in a jail. All right, cool. I can give you that right there. Yeah. It's noisy. Once you become that inmate though, you is convicted and you got time, you're not in jail no more. You're not in a little county jail. You know what I'm saying? You doing you 10, 15. Listen, you have old heads in that thing. You got OGs. You're not finna be up in that bitch with all that damn noise at nighttime. Oh, hell no.
Edmond spent 35 years in prison, arrested at age 24, and convicted of running a multi-million-dollar criminal conspiracy, dealing crack cocaine on the streets of D.C., leading to multiple murders as well. Then U.S. Attorney Jay Stevens.
I think Rayful Edmond has been held accountable for the human destruction and tragedy that he has brought to this city and to the lives of thousands of young people who live in this community.
But Rayful Edmond would continue running his enterprise from inside prison, later becoming an informant, leading to the arrests of nearly a dozen of his former cohorts.
No, I don't think I'm going to spend the rest of my life in prison. I think I'm going to go home one day soon.
You think your appeal will be successful?
Yes, I hope and pray that it will.
He had a different type of appeal. I'm working. I'm working. You say 23-hour lockdown. It's called a lie or excessive rest, sir. You say most people like him are on lockdown, especially if he was snitching. He was on lockdown.
Be successful?
Yes, I hope and pray that it will.
Turns out his prayers were answered. Despite being sentenced to life in prison, Edmond was released into the community last summer, his sudden death coming just 5 months later. And there's no word on any services. Rayful Edmond is survived by his mother, who served time in prison as part of that conspiracy, and at least one sister. Angie?
Did y'all hear that last part right there? This is why I said the man said that his parents raised him that way.
And there's no word on any services. Rayful Edmond is survived by his mother, who served time in prison as part of that conspiracy, and at least one sister.
His mama did time in prison. They didn't say his daddy did time in prison. So that lets us know he was raised by a single mama. Do y'all agree? Do y'all agree? They say that he was raised, that his parents raised him to be a dope boy. Raised him to be in the game. But only the mother went to prison. This kind of tells us he didn't have no daddy raising him. Because believe you me, the daddy would have got a hell of a lot more time than the mama got. He say Ray look like a fruit pop. Hell dog. He said that good mama raised him. Yes. There was no dad in the household. You say his dad was a big time dealer in California. His dad moved weight with the real Rick Ross. Oh, really? Because, listen, it is really, really rare. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. All I'm saying, I'm just thinking according to the information I was just given. But do y'all know that it's real rare for daddies? It's real rare for daddies to raise their sons to do crime. It's really rare, especially if daddy eating. And if y'all saying that his old boy ran with the real Rick Ross, he was getting some real money then. He said that he was born in '64 in Washington, D.C. To Constance Perry and Rayful Edmonds II. He said his parents was government workers and he grew up in a tight-knit household. They were government workers. And say still raised the son to slang that dope. Got to be more careful. You say that Ray was known to be gay? Oh, wow. Say, have you ever lived in the projects? Have I ever lived in the project? No. I have never lived in like the project buildings. I had lived in like hoods and shit before, but I ain't never lived like in a project building, like in the projects. Like the projects like they be having like in Louisiana. Like the projects like in New York, where it's like 150 to 300 units. I ain't never lived no shit like that right now. You know what I'm saying? No. Didn't have the privilege. That's a hell of a privilege. Hell, move right along. I ain't gonna even much hold you. Since we talk about prison, since we talk about people behind bars, since we talk about decisions, as I often say. You said my aunt worked for the Department of Education and her co-workers used to buy crack from me and smoke in the bathroom in the government building. Oh, the crack epidemic was for real. Listen, this is how I got so down with so many pimp player pastor partners. Because they used to smoke crack. Yeah. So many of my pimp player pastor partners either smoke crack, smoke weed, snorted, shot heroin. And I got a lot of pimp player pastor partners. That's kind of why no matter what, if the churches is still standing, no matter what church I go into in Miami, they know me by name. And they greet me, hey, Willie, how's everything? A lot of times I think that they be thinking that I'm about to tell them. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. Do you live your best life? You got to deal with that between you and God. That between you and your God out here. Well, yeah. You say not in Chicago, Willie. Dads will get their son a whole brick to keep off child support. I can believe it though. Listen. It happens, but if the person who just said that Rayful ran with the real Rick Ross, then that means he was getting some real money. And typically when your old boy's getting some real money, you don't want his children into it. Like he just, I don't know. But when your old boy is making enough to survive and look good like in the hood, you know what I'm saying, then I can give you that right there. But when you talking back then and you doing $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, you typically don't want your kids involved. Typically. I don't know the people's mindset. I'm just saying. You know, I could be wrong. I get it. Or I guess that's just my mindset. Move right along. Let's go around here to Stillwater. I think it's Stillwater. We got a hell of a story. A hell of a. That was a song in case y'all young around here in these streets. We got a hell of a story. Go and put it up on the screen. Put this up on the screen. Damn it. There we go. Hell of a story. Mayan. His name is spelled M-Y-O-N. Is it M-Yon? Or is it a Mayan? Is that how you pronounce it? Parole. He was freed from a life sentence. The player in all white clean to death out here in these streets. He was freed from a life sentence in 2020. Guess who back in prison? Take a wild guess.
Mayan Burrell, who walked out of a Stillwater prison in
So his name is Mayan. Mayan is how they pronounce it.
Mayan Burrell, who walked out of a Stillwater prison in 2020 after having his life sentence for murder conviction commuted, he's going back to prison. He was sentenced today after being found with a gun and drugs during a traffic stop last year.
This N-word. You found with a gun and some work.
Found with a gun and drugs during a traffic stop last year. Our Lou Bergoose was in court today. Hey, Lou.
Hey, Chris, Mayan Burrell has actually had 2 arrests, plus an additional incident where he was ticketed for driving with alcohol in his system and marijuana in his car since being released from prison. And the judge decided that all that outweighed Burrell's argument that he should remain free until his appeal.
You're released.
Say he Muslim now. Go ahead.
From prison and essentially granted a rare opportunity of a second chance.
Nearly 4 years to the day after his dramatic release from prison, his life sentence for the murder of Taisha Edwards commuted by Governor Tim Walz, Mayan Burrell is back in a Hennepin County courtroom with a judge's decision looming.
He must then listen to Pop when he said, "You're a Muslim now, no more dope gang." He ain't listen to that part.
Coming home after doing all that time, it wasn't easy, especially without a map on how to reintegrate back into society.
Judge Mark Kappelhoff found Burrell guilty of being a felon in possession of a firearm after Robbinsdale police pulled him over and found drugs and a loaded Glock with an extended magazine. Burrell essentially conceded the case and pins his hopes on winning an appeal that the traffic stop and search were unconstitutional.
I understand that it's a severe crime that I'm in front of you for, and it could be imposed 60-month sentence for me to go to prison. But I'm asking you to take it and consider it in your heart, to allow me to stay home while I actually pursue this appeal.
A 5-year sentence was mandatory, but Judge Kappelhoff needed to decide whether to let Burrell remain free until the appeal is decided.
I know he was scared. He was scared of society.
Burrell's father and 3 community leaders spoke, saying Burrell didn't have enough reintegration support after his prison release, but that he does now.
I'm going to deny the request to have Mr. Burrell released pending appeal.
Judge Kappelhoff, however, said charges stemming from 3 separate incidents are just too much.
You chose this other path, and I don't fully understand that. And that path involves criminal activity that impacts and endangers public safety.
And he decided to return Burrell to prison now.
He said, "I love y'all." Shout out to Don for the $3 cash out. He said, Willie, he wanted to go back. Listen, look. Say, I didn't have enough resources to reintegrate in life.
I understand that it's a severe crime that I'm in front of you for, and it could be imposed 60-month sentence for me to go to prison. But I'm asking you to take it and consider it in your heart, to allow me to stay home while I actually pursue this appeal.
Hold on, because I just want to get him to say that little piece right there.
Found drugs and a loaded Glock with an extended magazine. Burrell essentially conceded the case and pins his hopes on winning an appeal that the traffic stop and search were unconstitutional.
I understand that it's a severe crime that I'm in front of you for, and it could be imposed 60-month sentence for me to go to prison.
That ain't
but I'm asking you
right
to take it and
his decision looming.
Coming home after doing all that time, it wasn't easy.
Okay, all right. So let's see. How much time did Mayan Burrell do? Mayan Burrell do. Oh, damn it. He did. Mayan Burrell, a man free from a life in prison sentence by a pardons board, was sentenced to serve 60 months in prison after he was found guilty of illegal gun possession following an arrest in 2023. The judge also sentenced him to 19 months for a 5th degree. Well, how much time did he do, though? Do anybody know? Okay, so hold on. So when did he first go to jail then? I gotta pull it up. Hold on. The judge briefed for the 60 months in 2022. Yada yada. He was sentenced when? When was Buddy sentenced? They're not telling me stuff. He was free, bro. 60 months of prison. Hold on. He was sentenced. Oh, so that's the 60 months of prison. So he was sentenced to 60 months in prison. So he did it, or he came close to it because he was pardoned. They not telling me the year that this happened. Hold on. He was sentenced to life in prison. Oh, in 2002. I got it. Got to be more careful. I'm Ryan searching for the shit. In 2002. Okay. He was sentenced to life in for murder of a preteen girl, but he was later free on a pardon. Okay. So he got out last year. He was found guilty. Because I'm just trying to make it a doggone point, because he done been down for what, like 20 years, right? All right. So he didn't know how things work in 20 years. Got it.
Especially without
looming.
Coming home after doing all that time.
Okay.
It wasn't easy, like, especially without a map on how to reintegrate back into society.
And it's not easy. It is not easy doing 20 years. I do understand that right there. But while doing 20 years, the one thing about what happens in jail or in prison is you get to keep up with us out here in the free world. Because y'all had the cell phones, y'all had the tablets, and y'all able to be on the computers. So that's one thing. The technology part, prisoners get to deal with or work with or, get educated on. Got it.
Judge Mark Kappelhoff found Burrell guilty of being a felon in possession of a firearm after Robbinsdale police pulled him over and found drugs and a loaded Glock with an extended magazine.
Now, if they're able to prove that he was falsely searched and seized, then he may not go back to prison. He may not go back to prison. But I doubt if they is going to be able to prove that. My problem is, why in the hell is you, which I kind of understand, because you back in the community, because you've been down for 20 years, and it seems to me that either mama or daddy didn't have a place for you to really come home and call home, and didn't have nothing set up for you. And I kind of understand why they wouldn't have anything set up for you, because you was given life. You know what I'm saying?
Burrell essentially conceded the case and pins his hopes on winning an appeal that the traffic stop and search were unconstitutional.
I understand that it's a severe crime that I'm in front of you for, and it could be imposed 60-month sentence for me to go to prison. But I'm asking you to take it and consider it in your heart, to allow me to stay home while I actually pursue this appeal.
A 5-year sentence was mandatory, but Judge Kappelhoff needed to decide whether to let Burrell remain free until the appeal is decided.
I know he was scared. He was scared of society.
Burrell's father in 3 community...
Pops, listen. We could say that he was scared and he was scared of society. Which I don't even understand how that... Why would we use that basic reasoning for why you caught with dope and a gun? I can more or less understand why you get caught with a gun. I can get that part right there. You caught with a gun. Got it. Because of when you got out, you back into the neighborhood or something. And when we're saying that he was in fear, so the gun makes sense.
Oh, he was scared.
Well, scared and a gun makes sense in the community. Although he is a convicted felon and not supposed to have one, I understand that part. It's the dope for me. I don't. You don't know how to reintegrate back in life and all. Got it. But why you got that dope on you though?
Decided.
I know he was scared. He was scared of society.
Burrell's father.
And then another problem is, so while you was down for damn near 20 years, I don't know if he was out and about working or something like that, or was he on a work detail or something, but jail teaches you discipline. Jail teaches you discipline as far as a sleep schedule of things that you have to do, whether you want to do or not. So it teaches you some form of discipline. Now, to reintegrate back into life is to just get a job. You get you some money, you back in the game. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, he could have got jobs. Could have got multiple jobs. And just worked the goddamn jobs and kept his head down. And reintegrated without the gun and without the dope. That's why the judge don't want to hear that shit. Don't care nothing about none of that. Oh, and hell, your faith should have helped you out too, right? Unless when you was in jail, you was faking. Unless you weren't going to the mosque and all that fly stuff right there. Unless you weren't linking up with your brothers and sisters. Because you supposed to been going to the mosque asking for help after getting out of prison. The mosque should have had some networking things set up. Okay, you can go around here, you can go through here, we got to connect over here, we got to connect over there. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe the mosque did offer help and he just did exactly what he wanted to do. Because for him to have guns, a gun and drugs on him, let me know he did what he wanted to do. Just saying, move right along. I ain't gonna even much hold you. I ain't nowhere in the hell I just did 20. Got pardoned, bitch. I'm out. Bitch, I'm back out. Bitch, you can't catch me sneezing in public. You can't catch me sneezing. When in the last 4 years, let's say he got out in 20. Or did he get out last year? Oh, yeah, I think that this video was last year. Hold on.
Mayan Burrell, who walked out of a Stillwater prison in 2020 after having...
In 2020. After doing 18. 2020. It's been 4 years. You ain't reintegrated back in life yet? Come on, dog. Come on, dog. You say he missed that boy Coachy. Oh, Jesus. You say he became a Muslim for protection. Oh, I can believe that. You said that why Willie ain't got no kids. Damn. Strange. So it's all about decisions, man. Decision. A player did not have to have reefer and a damn gun. You got pardoned. You got pardoned. So who pardoned him in 2020? Let's see what month that was again. What month did he get pardoned?
Mayan Burrell, who walked out of a Stillwater prison in 2020 after having his life sentence for murder conviction commuted.
They not giving us a doggone pardon. They not giving us the pardon date. Hold on. He was arrested and less than 2 years after his life sentence for the 2020 run. Okay, it was commuted. But they're not giving us the date in 2020. Oh, whoa. Untimely. I just saw some. His commutation was approved by Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison in 2020. Shout out to Tim Walz. That's funny. That's funny because Tim Walz was running for vice president with KK. He communed him. I know you mad as hell right now. And this why we not, damn it, this why some people gonna start communing you dog you people. You just making people look bad out here in these streets, man. Got to be more careful. Moving right along, I ain't gonna even much hold you. Oh, all right. We got these fools out here in these doggone streets who is under the belief that there's no such thing as cameras. Because we going to do what we want to do because we can do what we want to do. We just stupid. Video shows Brazen pistol whipping. I got to cover this. We have a video that shows a Brazen pistol whipping. A player whipping somebody with a pistol. On camera in Minnesota. Look at this fly shit right here.
You might not always see them, but Minneapolis police want you to know they're closely watching to keep things safe.
With thousands heading into the city for holiday events, MPD says dozens of officers are monitoring surveillance cameras. Jay Cole's talked with MPD Chief Brian O'Hara, who explains how it all works, and he joins us live from Minneapolis in the story you're seeing first on 5. Jay?
Kevin, MPD's late night safety plan, as it's called, has been going on for a while now on weekends. But tonight we've obtained some video that kind of takes you behind the scenes a little bit and shows you exactly how it works. I sat down and watched some downtown Minneapolis surveillance video with MPD Chief Brian O'Hara, and he walks me through one example of how the late night safety plans work on weekends.
We actually do de-escalate and safely take people into custody under very dangerous situations far more often than not.
Chief O'Hara says this is video capturing one of those arrests. It's bar close at 5th and Hennepin early Saturday morning. There aren't any problems, but quickly the actions of several men catches the eye of police.
Someone that is standing out that's different from the rest of the crowds.
And next you see some verbal exchanges with yet another man.
Look at these folks.
Then the guy in the jacket with white sleeves starts to pull a gun from his waistband.
The problem with guns downtown from people who shouldn't have them continues to be a serious issue.
When y'all be seeing these fools keeping their hand on their gun and stuff like that, just punch them in the face. Literally just punch them in the face and make sure that you knock them down because they be playing.
Just like this person. He never should have that gun in the first place.
Eventually, he starts pistol whipping someone with help from a guy in an orange hoodie and sweatpants. The pistol beating continues once the victim hits the ground. Chief O'Hara says this shows just how fast things become dangerous.
Y'all got to stop. Listen. He got that short man syndrome. Watch it.
Just like this person. He never should have that gun in the first place.
Eventually, he starts pistol whipping someone with help from a guy in an orange hoodie and sweatpants.
What kind of pistol whipping is this, y'all? This is embarrassing. This is really embarrassing.
Eventually, he starts pistol whipping someone with help from a guy in an orange hoodie and sweatpants. The pistol beating continues once the victim hits the ground. Chief O'Hara says this shows just how fast things become dangerous.
And I think this is a good example of our officers being attentive, watching the cameras, looking for behaviors that are problematic, and then when they see something happen, coming up with a plan, how do we safely take this person into custody before...
You say you can't even pistol whip somebody correctly. Like this is crazy. You say too many black teens for my comfort. Listen, in my mind, I know it's cold outside, but it's too many scullies. It's too many hoodies and scullies for me. No, we ain't doing that.
O'Hara says surveillance allows officers to quickly move into place to make an arrest. In this video, the suspect walks away, turns a corner, and you can see officers are right there to stop him. No shots fired, and bystanders stay safe.
Y'all see how they got that fool? Y'all see how they got that fool? Real quick and easy. Why? Not paying attention.
In this video, the suspect walks away, turns a corner, and you can see officers are right there to stop him.
It is not paying attention and also believing what he just did. Nobody saw. Believing his little pistol whipping event went unnoticed.
In this video, the suspect walks away, turns a corner, and you can see officers are right.
A little bit of ass boy. Look. He damn near ain't as tall as this doggone yellow stand right there.
Right there to stop him. No shots fired, and bystanders stay safe.
take a little bit of time.
He probably turned himself in, huh? He turned himself in. Watch him just walk up to the police. Man, y'all take me.
Move into place to make an arrest. In this video, the suspect walks away, turns a corner, and you can see officers are right there to
I
stop
just pistol whip somebody.
him. No shots fired, and bystanders stay safe.
You see them skinny jeans. Yeah.
A bit of time and calmly and safely take the person into custody before they can decide to pull out a gun and try and use it against somebody.
He was wearing slides. You lying to me. That boy got on slides? I thought he had on some J's or some Timberlands or something. Hold on.
Violence allows officers to quickly move into place to make an arrest.
I think he got on Crocs.
This video, the suspect walks away, turns a corner, and you can see officers are right there to stop him.
It might be them Crocs. It may be Crocs. But listen, when he started out way back here trying to be cute, look, I got a gun. He saw that shit on Boys in the Hood. We got a problem? We got a problem? Watch him. Watch.
Standing out that's different from the rest of the crowd.
And next you see some verbal exchanges with yet another man. Then the guy in the jacket with white sleeves starts to pull a gun from his waistband.
The problem with guns downtown from people who shouldn't have them continues.
Should have hit him right in his throat. Hit him right in the throat muscle. You know what I'm saying?
Used to be a serious issue. Just like this person. He never should have that gun in the first place.
Eventually, he starts pistol whipping someone with help from a guy in an orange hoodie and sweatpants. The pistol beating continued.
He started pistol whipping the guy with help from the dude in the orange scully and sweatpants.
He never should have that gun in the first place.
Eventually, he starts pistol whipping someone with help from a guy in an orange hoodie.
He got that wrong. Got that orange hoodie wrong.
Sweatpants. The pistol beating continues once the victim hits the ground. Chief O'Hara says this show.
Well, your little la-la should never give you no cooch. It should just be over after this situation here. You is an embarrassment to the community. You is an embarrassment to all of the pistol whippers of America out here in these doggone streets. Y'all, there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras everywhere. Even where there's no cameras, there's cameras. Moving right along, I ain't gonna even much hold you. In case ain't nobody told you, there's cameras where there's no cameras at. For real. What was it right here? Oh, that's a tad bit too long. We can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about oh, I got to do this right here. Oh, hell no, I can't let this right here go. Decisions. Y'all just not coming on in. We also streaming live on Twitch, twitch.tv.com, The Willie Williams Show at 227 followers, trying to get up to 230 by the end of work today. By the end of work today, I need the support. Listen, we also streaming live on x.com, The Willie Williams Show. And for those of you who is on X and Twitch, we also streaming live on the WillieWilliamsShow.com on YouTube. I appreciate that right there. Subscribe. Look here. Shout out to G for the $2 super chat. He said, laugh out loud. He said, buddy in the orange, tall for shit, him can't scrap. Oh, buddy in the orange is tall and can't scrap. He tall for ish. I think that's what you meant. He tall for ish. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you spelled it the way that you had to spell it because of YouTube. He tall for ish. Him can't scrap. For real. Hold on. I got to grab. Who the hell? Oh, Jesus. I thought that was an alert. Shout out to Harbor Freight. Listen, I signed up for Harbor Freight yesterday to get the coupons. I signed up for them for the coupons. Bitch, Harbor Freight sending me coupons. Damn it. I need to go to the store for real though. I got one for y'all. Hold on. This is decisions. A Central Georgia family lost their home to a fire, right? Lost their home to a fire. Got it. A year later, the struggle continues. Lost their home a year ago. A year later, they still struggling. Go and put up on the screen for you real quick. Watch this. Pay attention to it.
Well, it might be the most wonderful time of the year for some of us, but for one Central Georgia family, The holidays are now a painful reminder of the struggles that have lasted more than a year now. Fariha Abrar spoke with Vicky Parker, whose story we've been following since her home burned down in Abbeville last December. And Fariha, last time we saw Vicky, she was working at a restaurant here in Macon and lived in a motel. What is she up to these days?
She said no insurance. They say that her home had burnt down. Go ahead.
Well, Vicky told me, unfortunately, she couldn't afford the hotel after a while, so she had to move in with friends, family, eventually back in with her kid's father. For now,
she had to move in with friends and family and eventually had to move back in with her baby daddy. Her house burned down. She was staying in a hotel and working at a fast food spot. Her house burned down.
now they have somewhere to stay temporarily, but Vicky's trying to tackle several obstacles so she can get back on her own feet.
Oh yeah, here's my favorite picture right here.
'Tis the season for joy.
She wanted to make her door look like a present.
With a touch of chaos.
I just keep trying to make it work. Trying to make it work.
Like many parents, Vicky Parker's trying to stock up on presents for her 4 kids.
This is my daughter. She loves Stitch. This is my oldest son. Well, my next to the oldest son. And this one is my youngest son.
But also, like many parents,
it's hard.
For more reasons than just the holidays.
They love Sonic. They love Spider-Man.
But mom still wants to be a hero for her kids. During this time last year, the family survived a house fire in Abbeville. Since then, they've moved around, staying with friends and family around central Georgia, eventually settling in with the kid's father in Rochelle temporarily.
Did she say finally settling in with the kids, plural, father? So is they telling us that all 4 of her children father is the same? Dude, she got the same baby daddy. She got the same baby daddy. Her house done burned down. She been living from pillar to post and had to move back in with a baby daddy. It's hard for her, but she been working at a fast food spot while living in the hotel, and she couldn't afford the hotel no more. So do y'all believe that all 4 of the children is from one man? Damn it. I messed up. Here we go.
But mom still wants to be a hero for her kids. During this time last year, the family survived a house fire in Abbeville. Since then, they've moved around, staying with friends and family around central Georgia, eventually settling in with the kid's father in Rochelle temporarily.
Do y'all even also understand that in the beginning, they said that her house burned down? They made it as if they made us believe, or was it just me? It was probably just me. They made me believe that this was her home that burnt down, like it was hers. But it wasn't hers. She was renting. It was not her home. She was renting a home. Got it. But this is also when it comes down to that thing called renter's insurance. Like I be trying to tell y'all. One thing about after that house burnt down, which is also crazy because if the house burned down and she was renting, the homeowner didn't have any insurance. And if the homeowner did have insurance and the homeowner got that check and the homeowner fixed the home, why didn't the homeowner allow her to move back into the house? Go ahead. Oh, this is the trailer that her baby daddy was in, lives in at the time. Now,
coming back down here is kind of like starting over, you know.
So she's in there now. She lived there now.
I don't know where to start besides calling 1-800 hotlines and things like that. Other than that, I would love to get the resources because I don't know, and I am overwhelmed.
She's overwhelmed. She would love to get the resources. So you're also telling us that you wasn't getting any assistance.
Still working to get back on their feet this year. Parker says she reached out for help to several organizations and agencies, but they're stuck on the waiting list.
And they said sometimes, you know, a family as big as mine, people who lived in a 3 and 4 bedroom unit, they've been there for years. So it's kind of hard.
On top of that, transportation's a major problem for Parker, and she's on the hunt for a new job closer to where she is now.
Transportation is a real problem. That baby serpentine belt done went out. She might need some shocks. Damn it, she may need some some brake pads or something up on that thing. She need the oil change, might need a compressor. Probably ain't got no do. You know what I'm saying? And shoot, you just better hope that you don't need no timing chain and or timing belt, baby. I'm just trying to tell you something. The way that it's jacked up is looking to me like you may have to change your own serpentine belt, but you're there with your baby daddy, and hopefully he know how to work on cars just a little bit. But if that bit fail, and he don't know how to work on it, you don't know how to work on it, you already ain't got no damn money. Now you out of transportation.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just want to give up because it's like the cycle keeps repeating itself.
You want to give up, the cycle keeps repeating itself. That's what it seems like. Yes, the cycle, you is the cycle. It keeps repeating itself because you won't do something different. You won't do something different to change or break the cycle.
And it's like I don't know how to get out of it.
Yes, one flat away from going broke. Yes, and y'all, listen, a lot of people is in this position. It's a dangerous position to be in, y'all. I promise you.
It's like I don't know how to get out of it.
As for the kids' Christmas gifts, Parker was proactive and purchased presents earlier in the year when she could afford to.
Smart, like I was telling y'all yesterday. Don't put yourself in debt. Damn it, you know. Don't put yourself in debt. You know Christmas is coming, so you have all year to shop for your kids and family and stuff like that right there. So it's best to buy through the year when you balling. Damn it, buy y'all Christmas gifts when you get your taxes.
I'm still pushing forward. I'm still trying. I'm struggling trying. It's exhausting. And whatever help that they can help me and my family with, housing, my car.
So she want free housing. She want help with housing, which typically a Section A or low income. And she need help with a car.
My car, anything for my babies for Christmas.
Anything for my babies for Christmas. Decision. Shot G for the $2 super chat. He say that little la face tougher than a $2 steak, Pastor Jesus. Listen, decisions. Watch this. So if all of the children is from that man, it's from the man home that you living in now. So you mean to tell me that he wasn't on like no type of support or anything? And if he wasn't on any type of child support, that's great. That's great if he wasn't on it and he was liking the kid's life and stuff like that. But you have a place to stay now. I don't know how long that he's allowing you to stay there, but you have a place to stay and a safe place, you know, because he is not going to be violent to you and or the kids. I'm assuming. She's trying to find a job that's closer to her. This baby got a decision-making problem. Like a whole bunch of have a decision-making problem. She said that it is very, very difficult for a large family like hers to, you know, get a place to stay and all that fly stuff right there, which is understandable. So to all you ladies out here, just understand what she is saying, that when you have a lot of children, it's difficult to make moves. It's really difficult to make moves. I know other people making it seem like it's popping out here. You know what I'm saying? I still get to live like that I want to live here. Yeah, I got 7 children. Okay, it's cute.
It's the oldest son, and this one is my youngest son.
But also, like many parents,
it's hard
for more reasons than just the holidays.
They love Sonic, they love Spider-Man.
But mom still wants to be a hero for her kids.
You got to stop wanting to be a hero and just start just being a responsible adult who make better decisions. Stop trying to reach the hero status. Just take care of your kids. I do understand that we all fall short of glory. It all comes down to our decision making now. It's literally what we do.
During this time last year, the family survived a house fire in Abbeville. Since then, they've moved around, staying with friends and family around central Georgia, eventually settling in with the kid's father in Rochelle temporarily.
Yes, and she's not homeless. She's not homeless. She's not homeless. You have a roof over her head.
Coming back down here is kind of like starting over, you know. I don't know where to start besides calling.
That baby got a ball. I have not seen the Bob Platt hairdo in so long. I like it. I like it.
1-800 hotlines and things like that. Other than that, I would love to get the resources because I don't know, and I am overwhelmed.
Still working to get back on their feet this year. Parker says she reached out for help to several organizations and agencies, but they're stuck on the waiting list.
And it's so crazy, like when you have multiple children. Do y'all understand that there's jobs that you cannot get depending on the ages of your children, because at certain points you cannot afford for somebody to watch your children? If like your children is like teenagers and shit, you can work any shift. You know what I'm saying? Like you literally can work any shift and teenagers can take care of their goddamn self. But if you have them like under 10, you got 3-4 of them that's under 10, you can't work night shifts. Depends on what type of work. You can't work overnight. You typically have to work a job that works with the school schedule. But you women don't think about this before y'all produce children. You all don't think about this shit. And this way it comes down to planning to have children.
And they said sometimes, a family as big as mine, people who lived in a 3 and 4 bedroom unit, they've been there for years. So
they've been there for years and they're not trying to move out.
It's kind of hard.
On top of that, transportation's a major problem for Parker, and she's on the hunt for a new job closer to where she is now.
I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just want to give up.
You're on a new job. You be wanting to give up like a whole bunch of us. We want to give up because of our decision making have us in certain positions, and shit is hard. It's hard out here. So you're not the only one who want to give up. You're not the only one who want to give up. It's understandable. But at what point are we going to say, okay, every decision from here on out is going to be a calculated decision. Every decision. Hell, every decision that needs to be calculated as far as to what store that you're going to buy food. What time you're going to this store. Am I taking some of my kids with me? Am I not taking my kids with me? How much am I going to spend? I am going to write a grocery list to save money. All of these is decisions. Everything needs to be calculated from this day forward. So I hope that she's never called her baby daddy a deadbeat. I hope that she never told the community that he wasn't ish. Because she's living in his home now. She's living in his home. Now, ladies, y'all also got to understand, it's the men that y'all pick. It's the men that y'all decide to produce children with. You say her baby daddy, like I told you, bitch, y'all'll be back. Now get yourself together and get back out there and try again. Got to be more careful. You say she is not going to learn anything because she wants to be the good mother. Yes, she wants to be that, damn it, that terminology, the hero for her kids. Stop. And again, trying to be the hero and just be a parent to the best of your ability, and with your decision making, this not to the best of your ability. Say, well, it's the women too. Yeah. Moving right along. I ain't gonna eat much of you. Yeah. Y'all give yourself a pat on the back. Y'all have made it to the end of the Midday News Show out here in these doggone streets. Thank y'all for being around here, man. Thank y'all for being around here. I hope that y'all were entertained. I be trying to do my job. I be trying to do my job good. We damn near got up to 30 people on X. That's what I'm talking about. And that is the most. That's the most that we've had on X, which I got 29 now. 29 is the most that I've ever had on X. I appreciate y'all, man. Subscribe. Y'all tell somebody about the player. We got to share this stuff, because the majority of people in my mind, who is especially young folk, they do not watch the news. So I do the news. I try to make it entertaining so you all can know what's going on in the news. I do understand that a lot of y'all see a lot of things that's on social media, but y'all see it and be skimming past it. You will look, bam, but you don't go in depth into the news. So you would just pass it by. We read headlines and we just keep it moving. It's understandable. I get it. But I'm here to bring you the news. You know what I'm saying? You say, well, I'm still trying to figure out. You say, how the hoes getting trafficked. You say it's 6 officers to put one Lala in custody. No. It's a damn shame out here. I would never understand that right there. Adults being trafficked and they not tied up. That's just crazy to me. You say, Willie, she gave up when she was having them children. That's it. Now, that's a great point. I've thought about that with women a long time ago. You just ain't got no goals, huh? Like you just gonna keep producing children. You don't want to do nothing else but produce children. I know some friend girl who got 8 children. What, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 11 children. Like, so that's all you want to do with your life? You just have children and be held down by children? Wow, that's deep. Yep. I don't think that she gets any child support. But I still have to go back to, so she was renting a home and the house burnt up. 9 times out of 10, the people that had homeowners insurance. So did they fix the home up? And if they did fix the home up, why didn't they allow her to move back into the home? Then that also means that she was not. Wait a minute. Hold on. It just made me think real quick. Let me go the way they show the burnt house. Right here. Let's go the way they show the burnt house. I think I got a point to make.
During this time last year, the family survived a house fire in Abbeville. Since then, they've moved around, staying with friends and family around central Georgia, eventually settling in with the kid's father in Rochelle.
House nasty. I got it. Things is out of place.
House fire in Abbeville. Since then, they've moved around, staying with friends and family.
All this clothing and all. Well, if they took pictures immediately after the house fire, house nasty.
Family around central Georgia, eventually settling in with the kid's father in Rochelle.
Because you cannot tell me if somebody is renting from you and you got cut that check and you rebuild and your tenant was good. You mean to tell me that you wouldn't call back that good tenant who have been keeping your property up and paying their bill? She possibly wasn't a good tenant. I believe that she wasn't a good tenant because of what I just said. You got a good tenant, you want that goddamn tenant back. I don't give a damn what you got to do or nothing. That tenant been with you possibly for years and everything been on time. You ain't had no damn problems. You want that tenant back. You don't want no new person because now you don't know that type of person and how they are going to treat your property. It is real difficult. I know we see a lot of people out here who is renting and stuff like that, but landlords will let your ass know it is really difficult to find good tenants. It is a blessing to have a good tenant. See, when you got a good tenant, that means that you as a landlord can make some money. That's a good tenant. When the landlord makes some money, they have a good tenant. Trying to help. When they lose money, they got bad tenants. Yeah. Players, prostate cancer awareness around here at the Willie Williams Show says just a finger. So your prostate don't work, your meat don't work. Mess around and lose your little la-la or your life. It's your choice. You make the call. Your body, your Booty. I am here to help. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm Miz. Y'all, I appreciate y'all for rocking with the play on this wonderful STD Friday. Y'all get on out there and fandango. This is not about you and your significant other. It's not about you being a holy matrimony with. This is about, oh, my condolences. It's about who you just had done saw at the gas station, at the police station, sitting in traffic at the red light, in school on lunch break, and all that fly stuff. Whoever you said, damn, he or she can get it. He or she can get it. You go ahead on and you give it to them. And we do not protect ourselves on STD Friday. That is against the law. Somebody need to put some cocaine and some trank on you and call the police, tell you that you got children, held hostages, and trafficking elderly ladies. You know what I'm saying? So you can sit down at least for the weekend and think about you going against what it is supposed to be. We don't follow other people's morals around here. You follow your own. It's about exactly what you want to do. Because if you're not living the life that you want to live and not doing exactly what you want to do, you ain't living, you just alive. Y'all have a good one. Y'all please remember, go around to the Willie Williams Show 4 channel and watch the standalone videos. I am out of here, man.